Not long ago, any foreigner, man or woman, could just take off their shoes and walk into the Grand Mosque in Cairo, wander around the cloisters and courtyards, admire the carvings and inlays, and then climb to the top and look over the city spread out below. A short bus ride would take them to Giza, where the pyramids are. Everything else that Egypt is famous for, all the great temples and monuments, lies further up the Nile, that's to say, south of the capital. To the north there is only desert, and beyond that, Alexandria. Once this was the city with everything: power, influence, and wealth. Now those glory days are over. But life goes on. Buses come and go beside the famous Hotel Cecil, in a sunny open square planted with tall palms. The square adjoins the Corniche, an elegant stretch of seafront once crowded with carriages. The landward side and the sprawling streets behind it are crowded with hotels and old apartment blocks. People rent them for the summer holidays. They prefer basking in Alexandria to sweltering in Cairo. Cleopatra's palace disappeared long ago, but the Abu el-Abbas Mosque is still there, and so is the Royal Jewellery Museum, where the attendants perform their religious devotions right there in the exhibition rooms, among exquisitely wrought objects in gold and silver, many crusted with precious stones. At the city's old harbour, fishermen prepare their boats for the night's work ahead, or sit around in groups patiently mending their nets. Close by was the legendary Pharos Lighthouse, one of the original 7 wonders of the ancient world. The promontory where it stood is joined to the city by a neck of land criss-crossed by dusty streets and crowded with crumbling buildings. Here water containers are hauled in by donkeys, and power lines dangle loosely between the housetops. In open-fronted cafes, old men sip glasses of sugared tea and play cards at plain wooden tables. Shops and stalls huddle together, selling copper pans, leather bags, and rolls of material trimmed with gold or silver threads. Gold dealers sell rings, chains, and bracelets by the gram, a few notches below the daily international rate. Like other ports, Alexandria was a transit point, a place where deals were cut. Many races lived here, many religions too. Sometimes they clashed, but mostly got along. Learning was prized, culture flourished, but the real game was politics, commerce, intrigue. Factions fought it out, winners rose and fell, vice spread its infections, and virtue struggled to keep up. Today, things are different. The rules are international. The focus is on expanding megacities like Sydney or Shanghai, leaving other once great centres to slowly slip from view. At first, the loss of their past glories seems tragic, later irrelevant, and in the end, it's hardly remembered at all. Alexandria's highs and lows have been charted by many writers, notably the Greek poet Constantine Cavafy, who spent his life here and became the voice of the city. His poems explore both past and present, and deal even-handedly with the squalor of human experience and also its nobility. One concerns the Roman soldier and politician Mark Antony, who fled back to Egypt with his lover Cleopatra after a defeat in battle. In Alexandria, with his enemies closing in, he took his own life. Cavafy's poem speaks to the doomed general as he comes to the realization that his options have finally run out. Above all, don't fool yourself. Don't say it was a dream, your ears deceived you. Don't degrade yourself with empty hopes like these. As one long prepared and full of courage, as is right for you who were given this kind of city, go firmly to the window and listen with deep emotion. Listen. your final pleasure, to the voices, to the exquisite music of that strange procession, and say goodbye to her, to the Alexandria you are losing.